Alright, we're finding the inverse. I'm going to just use the formula. So it would be 1 over negative 1 times 5, and then subtract 3 times 0. So it's just the determinant. So negative 1/5, and we switch these, and then we make these the opposite signs. So the opposite of 0 is just 0. That's negative 3. So that gives us negative 1/5 times 5, so negative 1. And 0 times this is 0. And negative 1/5 times negative 3 will just be positive 3/5. And then negative 1 times negative 1/5 will be positive 1/5. That was pretty quick and easy. Let's do number 5 as well. So number 5 gives us an inverse because finding a 3 by 3 inverse is tricky. It takes a while with row echelon form. I mean, we kind of did the same idea in problem 1, but it's okay. So then to find the actual answer, what we do is we take our inverse 1, 0, 2, negative 1, 2, 3, 1, negative 1, 0. And we multiply our constants. 5, 2, 7. So if we're already given the inverse in the problem, like we are in this one, we don't even need to use this, because it would only be used to find the inverse, which we already know. So all we care about is these constant values. Okay, then we do our multiplication. So 102 times 5, 2, 7. So 1 times 5 is 5, and we have 0, and then we have 14. Negative 1 is negative 5, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 7 is 21, and then we have 1 times 5, negative 1 times 2, and 0 times 7. So we get 19, 16, and 3. So our answers are x equals 19, y equals 16, and z equals 3. So when they give you the inverse, the process of finding the answer from that is pretty easy. Hey, I hate to just kind of go back and change things up, but I just wanted to go through this one the other way because this would be what you would need to use to do a 3 by 3. Not that you have to do that on this test, but who knows if it's going to show up on our final. So we should be prepared. So here's our original, here's our identity. We need to make this side look like this, and then this side will be our inverse. So right now we already have a 1 here, so I'm just going to multiply that top row by negative 1 to turn that into the values I need it to be. Look, that already matches my inverse. Then I need to get a 0 down here. So to do that, I'm going to multiply this by 3. So 3 times negative 1 plus 3 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0 plus 5 is 5. And then 3 times 1 is 3 plus 0 is 3. And 3 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay, then our last step would simply be to divide by 1/5 so that we get a 1 here. Well, not divide by 1/5, multiply by 1/5. Divide by 5 is what I was thinking when I said it wrong. Top row stays the same. Bottom row turns into 5/5, which is 1, 3/5, and then 1/5. So now notice how this thing right here is the same as this. This one I used the formula. This one I did the row echelon form, which is what you would need to do with your 3 by 3 unless you had a calculator and were allowed to use it to find the inverse.